Hello and welcome. What I'd like to do right now is to talk to you about cancer. Now again, these are my opinions, and like I say on a lot of these postings, don't believe anything I tell you. Go and find out yourself to see if you find any truth in it. Now, I believe one of the greatest truths that can be stated about cancer is it's not an alien. It's something which our bodies produce. It could be another animal or a human being, because we are out of balance. Now, if you've been conditioned by our disease management system, aka our healthcare, you will probably think that it's something that has to either be chemotherapied, radiotherapy, it needs to be cut out, or we need some strong pharmaceutical drugs, all of which will compromise your immune system. Now, I'm not saying don't have those done, because there may well be, and if the research is right, certain cases when you would do that. Things like Hodgkin's disease, testicular cancer, certain types of leukemia. The research shows that undergoing chemotherapy has a higher than normal success rate. However, if any other form of cancer, like things like, it's going to pop into my head, liver cancer, or who was it, Patrick Swayze recently died from, pancreatic cancer, the survival rates, and lots of other types. I mean, let's think about it, there's over 200 different types of cancer. The success rate over a 5-year period is less than 2.1%, and you can get that information off Dr. McCullough's website. A lot of research that has been put up on there. So what's my point? Well, again, ask yourself a question: where in my lifestyle choices that I've made are not serving me? And you may find it's more than one. For you to get something like cancer, you've got to work at it. You've really got to compromise your fundamental homeostatic controls, your pH balance, your electrolyte balance, your autonomic nervous system, your oxidative system. And you know, there's so many different systems within the body, the glandular system, that once you compromise them, the body does its best to find the balance, but it doesn't always get there. And obviously the result of that will be a metastasization of cancer cells in some part or parts of our body. Now, right now, believe it or not, your body is producing cancer cells, and so is mine. But also right now, because the immune system is strong enough to identify them, usually the T killer cells, they're destroyed. So there's always this balance going on. Now, why would your body produce it? Well, I recommend that you read Andre Moritz's book. Cancer is not a disease, it's a survival mechanism. And although there are two big things in his book that I don't agree with, and it doesn't mean that he's wrong and I'm right, mainly down to how antioxidants operate in the system, and also him being a vegetarian, those I don't agree with, but again, those are my opinions. I do believe that you do have to work at getting yourself into a state where your immune system is compromised, such that you're then labelled as having cancer. So what is the solution? Well, again, my question still stands. Find the etiology or root causes of what you are doing to yourself. Like I said, it's not an alien that zaps into you and you suddenly get cancer. Therefore, treating it as such that way would not enhance your longevity or your quality of life. So what is it? I do believe, as I say, a lot of the research that's been produced, and it's certainly in Andre's book, that you can read about, which to me makes perfect sense. There's another book I read called Medicine, S-I-N, which was produced by, I think it was Dr. Whitaker. Again, lots of information in there that it kind of makes sense to me to understand that cancer is a part of us, but if we are not in homeostasis or balance, then Houston, we have a problem. And you've also heard of people who have had cancer who have managed to turn their lives around and now are cancer free. So speak to those people to find out what they have done or what they are doing to have actually brought that on. They've obviously made some radical shifts or changes in their life in order to have accommodated that. Yeah? Or just some powdered dark tea. So Again, going back to the drawing board, seek to understand what is the root cause of your, I know I often use this term problems, they're not problems, they're challenges. And with a challenge then comes an opportunity to take control of your health, because your disease management system won't do it. What they will do, just like I said, is manage the disease. They'll give you a drug to treat a symptom or symptoms. Don't do that, please. Take control and understand. Go on to Dr. McCullough's website, go on to Mike Adams, naturalnews.com. Seek to understand there are many bits of information out there where you can find the root cause or causes of what has compromised your immune system, so that you can become then labelled as a cancer patient. Does that make sense? I hope so. Create yourself a great loving day. My name's Magnus Molina. Bye for now.